Lewis Hamilton has opened up after what might be one of the most frustrating weekends of his Formula One career so far with Ferrari. The seven-time world champion, known for his calm and composed demeanor, let out a raw and emotional statement after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix weekend that revealed just how deep the problems with Ferrari's SF25 really go. His honest comments did not just shock fans, but sent ripples through the entire paddock, as everyone began to realize the true scale of the struggles facing Hamilton and Ferrari. After a tough Friday at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in Jeddah, Hamilton did not hold back. He admitted that the car was so difficult to drive that he wasn't even sure if he could make it into Q3. For a driver who has spent most of his career fighting for pole positions and wins, the idea that he might not even qualify in the top 10 is a massive shift. This isn't just about one bad practice session. It's about a driver at the highest level realizing that the tools he has been given might not be enough. During FP1, there was a glimmer of hope. Hamilton finished the session in 8th place, and while not perfect, it gave the team something to work with. But as the day progressed and teams switched focus to more representative qualifying simulations in FP2, Hamilton fell back to 13th place. That was a big warning sign. Despite weeks of work, upgrades, and promises from Ferrari, the SF25 still couldn't deliver the performance it needed to challenge the front. When asked whether he believed he could do better on Saturday, Hamilton's response was chilling in its honesty. He said, "Normally Saturday goes backwards, but there's not a lot of backwards for me to go from where I am." This kind of quote hits hard, especially coming from someone like Hamilton. It shows that the issues aren't just small details. They're major problems affecting every part of his performance. Hamilton also explained that the car struggles badly with getting the tires into the right temperature window. In Formula One, tire performance is everything. If you can't get the tires to work, you can't push the car, you can't brake properly, and you can't build confidence. In Jeddah, where the high-speed corners and smooth surface make tire warm-up especially tricky, this problem became a major disadvantage. Hamilton said the car felt good at times, especially on the harder tire compounds, but when he switched to the soft tires, it completely fell apart. No grip, no stability, no rhythm. This is a serious issue, especially because Ferrari came to Saudi Arabia with new upgrades. One of the most important changes was a new floor that, according to simulations, should have expanded the car's performance window by about 30%. That's a big number, and if it had worked as expected, it could have been a game changer. But, in reality, those gains have been almost invisible. On the track, the car still feels unpredictable, unstable, and inconsistent. To try and fix the problem, Hamilton and his teammate Charles Leclerc have been running completely different setups. This kind of experimentation can be useful, but it also shows that the team still doesn't have a clear understanding of how to get the most out of the SF25. Hamilton has now admitted that it's probably time to stop experimenting and go back to a shared setup approach. But the fact that Ferrari is still in this position after 5 race weekends is worrying. For a team that wants to fight for championships, not having a reliable baseline setup this far into the season is a huge red flag. Hamilton's expectations for qualifying were as low as they've ever been in his career. He said, "I don't know, mate, I'm just trying to see if I can get in the top 10. That kind of statement tells you everything you need to know. This is a man who has broken almost every record in the sport, now just hoping to make it to Q3. It's a sharp reminder of how far things still have to go before Ferrari and Hamilton can realistically aim for wins, let alone a championship. Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about one bad weekend. It's about a pattern. Bahrain was supposed to be a starting point, with signs of progress and areas to build on. But now, after another disappointing performance in Jeddah, questions are being asked about the direction Ferrari is taking. The track conditions in Saudi Arabia were supposed to suit the SF25. Low tire wear and a smooth surface should have played to the car's strengths. Instead, Ferrari has once again found itself unable to capitalize. Hamilton is still adapting to a new car, new systems, new braking feel, and new electronics. This is normal for any driver switching teams, especially after so many years with Mercedes. But there's only so long that transition can be an excuse. Eventually, the team has to give the driver the tools he needs to perform, and that's not happening right now. The results are not matching the effort, and that gap is becoming more and more frustrating for everyone involved. At this point, it's not just about lap times, it's about trust. Hamilton came to Ferrari with the belief that this team could give him the platform to compete at the highest level. Ferrari made big promises, not just about the car but about their future. So far, those promises are under serious pressure, and if things don't turn around soon, the consequences could be significant. Inside the team, the balance is already starting to shift. Leclerc is getting stronger, more consistent and more comfortable with the SF25. He knows how the car behaves, and he's learning how to extract the most from it. Hamilton, on the other hand, is still searching, still experimenting, still trying to understand a car that doesn't respond the way he needs it to. That gap is growing, and with it comes a potential power struggle within the team. This is dangerous territory for Ferrari. A team with two strong drivers needs to manage the relationship carefully. If one driver starts to feel that they're not being given the same opportunities, or if the team starts to prioritize one over the other, things can quickly unravel. And when that team is Ferrari, under constant pressure, constant media attention, and a huge fan base, the stakes are even higher. Hamilton didn't come to Ferrari to fight for 7th place. He didn't join to scrape into Q3. He came for wins, for championships, and to make history by becoming the first driver to win 8 world titles. But right now, that dream feels very far away. The SF25 is not delivering. The upgrades are not working. The car is still unpredictable. And Hamilton is left trying to figure it all out without a clear direction from the team. If Ferrari can't turn this around, the impact will be massive, not just for this season, but for the entire project. This was supposed to be a new era, a fresh start, a chance to finally take the fight to Red Bull and Mercedes. But instead it's starting to look like more of the same. Another season of underachievement, another year of frustration. And this is what makes Hamilton's comments so important. They're not just the words of a driver who had a bad day. They're the voice of a champion who sees a problem and is calling it out. He's not playing the political game. He's not sugarcoating things. He's telling the truth and hoping that the team listens. Ferrari now has a choice. They can keep going down the same path, hoping that things improve with more data and more upgrades. Or they can take a step back, listen to their driver, and try to rebuild the trust that's already starting to crack. Because if they don't, they risk losing more than just lap time. They risk losing the belief that this team can still deliver on the biggest stage. As we head into the rest of the weekend and the rest of the season, all eyes will be on how Ferrari responds. Will they make the changes needed to support Hamilton? Will they find the right setup, the right balance, the right upgrades? Or will this season become another story of what could have been? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. Lewis Hamilton is not here to play games. He's here to win. And if Ferrari can't match that level of ambition, then the questions being asked now will only grow louder as the season goes on. The next few races will be critical. Can Ferrari find the consistency they need? Can Hamilton adapt quickly enough? Can the team bring upgrades that actually deliver performance, not just promises? These are the questions that will define their 2025 campaign. Hamilton's voice is powerful, not just because of his success, but because of what it represents. He knows what it takes to win. He knows when something isn't working, and he's not afraid to say it. For Ferrari, that honesty should be a wake-up call, a signal that things need to change, and fast. So as we look ahead to qualifying, to the race,